This evening, District Attorney Jose Garza explains why his office dismissed cases against 17 Austin police officers related to their use of force during the May 2020 racial injustice protests. Several people were injured, and those cases resulted in millions of dollars in lawsuits against the city. In conjunction with the city, the DA's office has requested the Department of Justice review APD's actions during those protests. KXAN's Brianna Hollis sat down with the DA a day after he made that announcement.
So let's start off by talking about the decision-making process behind dropping the 17 indictments.
Through the course of our investigation, it became clear to us that systemic change is really necessary in the Austin Police Department in order to ensure that what happened during the protest never happens again. Some of those cases will move forward. We'll continue to prosecute four cases against 4 officers. Those cases had aggravating factors from our perspective. The other set of cases, the 17 cases, it became clear to us during the course of our investigation that the conduct there was a byproduct of the systemic change that's really necessary at the Austin Police Department.
Let's talk about the people who got hurt
Absolutely.
During these protests.
Yes, please.
Have you gotten to speak to any of them regarding this decision?
I have. We've spoken with as many of the victims in these cases as we were able to. I was able to personally speak with several of them. And I think I appreciate you asking that. I think it is really important that we remember that there are victims in these cases, that there were people who were seriously and significantly injured. And I am hopeful that the prosecutions that are moving forward can bring some sense of justice for those folks.
And again, I told you I spoke with some of the officers' attorneys. They said that they spoke with some of theirs who did have the indictments dropped against them, and their first reaction was relief, but they also said they were frustrated, asking questions like, what was the point of being indicted in the first place? What is your response to that?
Well, again, I want to reiterate that it was the view of members of our community who sat through 3 separate grand jury panels. The criminal justice system worked for those officers the way it works for every single person accused of a crime in our community.
And APD has previously said the protests grew riotous at points, with people throwing frozen bottles at officers and attempting to get onto the interstate. Both the Austin Justice Coalition and various law enforcement groups have called the DA's moves regarding the indictments in general political. We'll have his response to that, as well as insight from the Texas Municipal Police Association tonight after the NFL.